Use code AFTV25 for 25% off your order with Faraway Pizza. Click the link below or visit faraway.co.uk now.
Welcome back to AFTV, everyone. I'm here with Dan on the back of that really gutting defeat to Man City. You felt that the league title was pretty much done before, but of course we always carry hope. But kind of irrelevant of the league title and all that, that wasn't a performance that we have, I don't think, seen at all from Arsenal this season.
Yeah, listen, nail in the coffin tonight for me. I thought it was already done. It's proved to me that it's already gone, the title. A lot of people are saying keep the faith and they might drop points. Well, as soon as you put that into the sentence, you're relying on them. Yeah, they might not. And there's nothing we can do about it. So for me, it's title over. I expected to lose tonight. I predicted a 3-1 loss. And Lee predicted a 4-1 loss. And a lot of people got us, and perhaps they thought that was negative. But my eyes don't lie to me, James. We just don't look the same team at the moment. And Man City look incredible. Mm-hmm. And Man City were incredible tonight. They were absolutely outstanding. And, if you had to ask me to sum it up in one sentence, it would be that Pep outclassed Arteta tonight. Absolutely outclassed him, destroyed him. And what worried me even more was two things. Arteta didn't have a response, and the players didn't look like they gave it any form of performance to try and look like they wanted to fight for the title, in my opinion.
Do you think they looked lost, the players? Almost like the occasion, I know City were brilliant, but I'm trying to gauge how much of it were City made the players kind of crumble internally, and how much was it the players just kind of almost, I don't fancy this.
Yeah, there's a bit of that, but I think they were outclassed tonight, the players. I thought they were outclassed, and, I do think the way that Mikel Arteta set up, as opposed to how Pep set up, they just dominated us. And this new formation that Pep has now utilised with John Stones dropping into midfield, Kyle Walker coming in tonight was a change made. We're going with the same team that drew 3-3 to Southampton, other than Granit Xhaka coming in. It didn't look like we had any answers. And then I think when you look at the performances individually tonight from some of our senior heads or some of our players that you've always looked up to sort of this season, they let us down big time tonight. And I don't know the last time Thomas Partey had a good game. I don't know the last time Zinchenko had a good game. I don't know the last time Martin Ødegaard had 90 minutes of football where I thought you are outstanding just like you've been for the first part of this season. But they're all coming into the team still. So players like Kieran Tierney might sit there and think, am I going to get back in this side then? Because he's playing terrible, but I'm still not getting in the side. So it's really frustrating for me to see that there are senior heads making mistakes. Rob Holding. Do we blame Rob Holding or do we blame Arteta tonight for putting him in there?
Yeah, I think it's a great question.
I sit there and I think Rob Holding is not an amazing footballer, right? I don't look at him and say, this is your fault that we've crumbled and your fault that we've lost tonight. Because I know what Rob Holding is. He's nowhere near as good as Saliba. I didn't see anything today that looked to me, when I looked towards the manager, to go, right, you can see we're getting dominated. What are you going to do about it? I'm just going to go like for like. I'm going to bring Jorginho on. I'm going to bring Xhaka off. I'm going to bring on Reece Nelson and bring off Saka. I'm going to bring Eddie on and Jesus can come off. What are we changing here? I didn't see much change at all. And that's frustrating for me because now in the last 3 games, I've seen poor in-game management from Mikel Arteta. But it seems you're not allowed to say that because he's been outstanding. You are allowed to say it. He's been unbelievable this season. Yeah, he's proved a lot of doubters wrong. He's put us in a title race. But you can question some of his decisions. And some of the decision-making has just been scratching my head. Why are we leaving Zinchenko on, then concede, then bring Tierney on at Anfield? Why are we then going to West Ham, flinging on Eddie, playing Vieira against Bournemouth, bringing on Jorginho for West Ham when we should have had him on against Liverpool? There's so many questions here. Flinging Kivior on at Anfield, not seen him since. Don't know what happened with him. Is he still with us?
And Smith Rowe getting an appearance today when we needed goals and we hadn't seen him.
Step forward Smith Rowe tonight, though. This is very, very odd for me. Bit all over the place. It's like, who hasn't played for a while, you can come on now. It was a bit bizarre. So I think that deserves to be questioned. But tonight, the senior heads, Thomas Partey was awful tonight. Zinchenko was shocking. Yeah. I mean, Man City are going to be looking at that, right, and going, we've given them 2 of our players, and look how much better we still are. We are absolutely dominant. And they apparently are 2 of their best players. They must be looking, thinking, wow, we've given them 2 amazing players, and we're still better than them. And they were very, very comfortably better tonight. I mean, yeah, poor in terms of a team performance and from the manager, but sometimes you look at that team and you think, wow, you've really got our number tonight. you are such a good manager. Like Pep Guardiola, this is unbelievable for me. Like the way that they set up, the way that they dominated it, it was a walk in the park in parts. It could have been 5 or 6 in the first half, couldn't it? Do you know what I mean? So that's what frustrates me the most, is that I kind of thought it was over already. It definitely is now. But there was no fight. There was a bit of a gutless performance, and it didn't look like the players really knew how to respond. So,
if there's one thing we can take from it, it's that because they're a younger group, this isn't a group that we think are at the end of their journey or whatever. You'd hope they can learn from it. Even Bayern Munich got slapped up 3-0 by Man City. You know, City can do this to anyone. But they're at the beginning of a journey, and they've got the opportunity to try and learn from this, to get more reinforcements around them, to add more strings to their bow. Is that the sentence? I don't know. And try and go again next year. I mean, with every kind of adversity comes opportunity in some way, and they've got to try and find what's in it there.
The thing is, there's going to be pressure next season to win something now. There is. Like a young squad, you can go down to that. We're a young squad in 2009, by the way, yeah? And then that didn't work out. And then we had another young squad in 2011-12, and that didn't work out. So this is the Youth Project 3.0, as we've all said. This Youth Project 3.0 has got to win something. Otherwise, it's another youth project that's failed. Now, I think we've got a bright future. I look at some of these players, I think, yeah, you're going to be sick. in a few years' time, keep them together and let's do something. So it's not all doom and gloom. But what worries me is not the defeat tonight. What worries me is the mentality, and £500 million spend was not enough still to beat West Ham and Southampton to allow you to go into this game with a mentality of, we're off the back of 2 free draws, against one of the biggest teams we're ever going to play. That's gonna be in their minds next season going into it. Now, we don't know what's going to happen next season. A lot of people just look at this and go, yeah, it didn't work, we'll do it next year. There might not be that. Lots of teams are going to come up. You're going to see Newcastle, Liverpool respond. Chelsea are going to get a new manager and spend money. Man United probably even get taken over and spend again. So you don't know it's guaranteed that Arsenal and City are there and everyone else just laugh at them because they're below us. This can change. We've come from 8th and 5th to a title challenge. Somebody else might do that. So you have to look at these opportunities and take them while you can. And I feel like we might have actually, look back now and think, oh, what a year that could have been. We may have done that. So, there's a lot of positives to take in terms of individuals. There's a lot of positives to take with how the mentality's changed, how the culture's been removed, where we've come from and where we've gone to. But actually, after winning an FA Cup with Unai Emery's side, what have we won since? After spending $250 million, that's always going to be asked. That is always going to be asked. And people might think that's a negative look, and maybe it is. But you can see why people will question that. People will look at that and go, right, they spent $500,000. The process is over now. I don't want to hear none of this trust the process. That's done. The process is done. Right, we're here now. So it's not like give them another 5 years. This is done. What are we going to do now? Like next season, we can't throw trophies away. We've got to go and win one.
Final question. What do you want to see from the team to the end of the season now? There are still 5 games to play. We're not exactly going to all be sitting there sort of on our phones while they're going on. We're going to be competitive. We're going to want to see something. So what do you need to see now?
Let City do what they want, do our job. 5 wins. We've got 5 games left, James. They're tough. People can say they're easy, they're tough. I thought West Ham, Southampton, let's concentrate on Man City. You can't do that, man. You cannot do that in this league. So for me, you look at Brighton as a difficult game. You look at Newcastle as a difficult game. Chelsea, they're going to want to come and play some pride at the Emirates, right? And then you've got Forest and Wolves. I want to see 5 wins. And then you look at what Man City are doing at the end of that season and go, how far away are we from them? Because, like you just said in your fan cam, I don't want to see us 8 or 9 points away from Man City after this. I want to see us right there because for me, we have been fantastic this season to watch. But sometimes being fantastic to watch doesn't win you what you feel you deserve. And I feel like we may look back at this season and it could be that. But the way to end it is to just say, we give it our all. 5 wins, we did what we could, City were better, and we hold our hands up, man.
Let's hope they do, mate.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.